2017 CF 15684, State v. Nelson, back from our recess. All right, we have another note from the jury. It's been labeled by Madam Clerk, question 3. Ms. Burdick, you want to share that with your colleagues and then pass that to Mr. Lahr, please? Thank you. All right, the court reads this note as saying, please define intent and when intent has to occur. Is that the way the state reads it?
Yes.
Vince? How would the parties want to confer for a moment, see if you can come to an agreement on how the court should respond to this? Yes. Ms. Burdick, is the state ready to proceed?
I believe that we are, Your Honor. Yes.
Mr. Lahr, defense?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Nelson, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, please bring in the jury. Good afternoon, members of the jury.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Berg, does the state acknowledge the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lahr, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Nelson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could the foreperson please stand and give the verdict forms to one of the deputies? Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Deputy. Madam Clerk, please publish the verdicts.
2017 CF 15684, State of Florida versus Scott Nelson. Verdict, count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder with a weapon as charged in the indictment. Verdict, count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of kidnapping with intent to inflict bodily harm or terrorize with a weapon as charged in the indictment. Verdict as to count 4. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of carjacking with a deadly weapon as charged in the indictment. Verdict as to count 5. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of robbery with a deadly weapon as charged in the indictment. So we all dated at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, on this 28th day of June, 2019, signed by the foreperson.
Madam Clerk, please poll the jury.
Juror number 1, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 2, are these your verdicts? Juror number 3, are these your verdicts? Juror number 4, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 5, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 6, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 7, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 8, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 9, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 10, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 11, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
And juror number 12, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Counsel, please approach. All right, members of the jury, as I had indicated to you previously, we will be proceeding to the penalty phase of this case, given your verdict on count 1 as charged in the indictment. The penalty phase will start on Monday, July 1st, 2019 at 9 a.m. So before you leave, just check with the deputies as to where you need to be so we can start the penalty phase of the case on Monday, July 1st, 2019 at 9 a.m. I am going to excuse you because you've reached your verdict. You will not be sequestered. You will not be going to the hotel. You will be returned to your homes. However, you remain under all the court's instructions, including but not limited to instruction not to discuss this case amongst yourselves or with anyone else. That includes as well that you are not to read about this, listen to news reports, talk to anyone. No one is to talk to you about this case. You cannot read or listen to any reports about this case. On behalf of the citizens of the Ninth Judicial Circuit, I thank you for your service. However, you remain as jurors in this case, and you remain under all the court's instructions. When you go into recess, you will continue to leave your notepads and your pens on your seats. They will be collected, they will be stored, and they will be returned to you when we reconvene for the penalty phase on Monday, July 1st, 2019. Again, I remind you to not read, listen to any reports, or in any way discuss this case amongst yourselves or with anyone else. Please leave your notepads and your pens here so they can be collected by the deputies. And again, thank you for your service. We'll see you Monday, July 1st, 2019 at 9 a.m. Thank you. Deputy, could you tell them there's some mugs for them? You could go back. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Anything else from the state before we go into recess for the day?
I would assume at this time that it's necessary to adjudicate Mr. Nelson guilty, and they'll have to be proceeding to sentencing.
Mr. Lahr, is there any legal?
Wait until the sentencing portion.
Is there any reason that I have to do that at this time?
I don't know of any legal reason, except that typically, when a jury returns a verdict of guilty, the court adjudicates defendant guilty and then moves and orders a sentencing hearing.
I've had it both ways, Your Honor.
Mr. Lahr, I mean, is there any legal reason that the court should not adjudicate in accordance with the jury's verdicts?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor, because, again, it's not been sentenced, and of course, we have the trials and the sentencing may come up, so we would ask the court at this point not to adjudicate it until such time as he has been sentenced.
All right. Well, without prejudice to any motions that may be filed by the defense, and certainly without prejudice to what might occur during the penalty phase, the court will adjudicate the defendant guilty as charged in count 1, count 3, and count 4 of the indictment in accordance with the jury's verdict.
There's a count 5 as well.
I'm sorry. The court will adjudicate the defendant guilty as charged in the indictment, count 1, count 3, count 4, and count 5, in accordance with the jury's verdict. And we will reconvene for the penalty phase at 9 a.m. on Monday, July 1st, 2019. Anything else from the state before we go into recess?
Nothing.
Anything else from the defense?
Nothing, thanks, Your Honor.
Mr. Nelson?
No, I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, we'll be in recess until 9 a.m. on Monday, July 1st, 2019 for commencement of the penalty phase.